Good morning, friends. I request you all to kindly take your seats. In next few minutes, we will begin our program. And those who are still there outside the hall, may I request them as well to please join us. And may I request the dignitaries on the dais, our Honorable President of the Academy, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, to please join us on the dais. Dr. A.K. Singh, the Vice President, Dr. K.M. Bajar Barua, the Vice President of the Academy, may kindly join us on the dais, please. Dr. Lakra, the Secretary, Dr. P.K. Joshi, the Convener, may all request you to kindly join us on the dais, please. Well, friends, good morning once again. Honorable President of the Academy, the Vice Presidents, the Secretary, and the Convener of this particular panel discussion, esteemed panelists, very senior respected fellowship, friends, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, it's an honor for me and a privilege to welcome the Honorable President of the Academy, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, also the Honorable Director General of the ICR and Secretary of the Department of Agriculture, Research and Education, Government of India. I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, on this particular occasion, on the beginning of the AGM program for 2023. I have a pleasure in welcoming both our Vice Presidents, Dr. Anil Singh and Dr. Bajar Barua. I also extend a very warm welcome to the Secretary, Dr. Lakra, and to the Convener, Dr. P.K. Joshi, and all the esteemed panelists. Very warm welcome to all of you for this particular panel discussion one. And I'm so pleased to welcome our very senior esteemed fellowship, Professor R.B. Singh. Pleasure to welcome you, sir. Dr. S.N. Puri, Dr. M.L. Madan, Dr. C.D. Mai, Professor Swapan Datta, and very many senior, Dr. H.P. Singh, Dr. N.K. Tyagi, Dr. J.K. Jena. So many of them are here. A pleasure in welcoming them to this particular panel discussion one session starting today of the AGM program, as part of the AGM program on June 4th. And of course, I extend a very warm welcome to Professor Rajiv Warshne, our Foreign Secretary as well, who has traveled all the way from Australia to take participation in this particular program of the AGM of the Academy. And I'm sure you all know that our Honorable President is trying to reach to wider extent as much as possible and touching everybody around in the agriculture sector in this country. So there are certain changes which have been made, which I'm sure he would be rather giving you more kind of his own vision. But I'm very pleased as a secretary, while welcoming you to also inform you that this change is beginning from this year, that we are organizing these two panel discussions today on June 4th, part of the AGM program, which will be then two panel discussion program will be followed by two evening special lectures to be delivered by eminent personalities across India, within India or even outside India on agriculture. And today, as you know, we have gathered here for a very important panel discussion on the topic which is listed here, and that is the roadmap for the agriculture research, education, and extension for the Amrit Kal until 2047, when we complete 100 years. So the convener of this is Dr. P.K. Joshi. And I think we'll be also bringing out a document under this particular topic and title. So this particular panel discussion will be guiding through what all we should be including in this country and in this particular document for the benefit of the agriculture and allied sectors in the country. And I would request you all to kindly be with us throughout this particular panel discussion, followed by the next panel discussion after this, and by also for the evening special lectures, and of course tomorrow for the AGM. So once again, I have pleasure in welcoming all the dignitaries on the dais, all esteemed fellowships, friends, ladies and gentlemen. I have pleasure in welcoming on behalf of the Academy once again to all of you. And I now have a pleasure in requesting our Honorable President, Dr. Himanshu Pathak, to give his opening remarks. Dr. Himanshu Pathak. Good morning. Thank you. And when I really honor that I'm standing before you, and it's very important when very important roadmap and numbers are very roadmap to get, which is still the developing roadmap to make which in spite of to make it the development, because this country अगर इस देश की this country so that's what which will be compiled and then what is Amrit which and calm is so Amrit what this country what to convert into a development. And you cannot and to have agriculture, you cannot do it without you let us remind our today's research is tomorrow's science is
cannot be done in one. There is a thought, there is a fact. And we are going to this country, all you have seen it, you know, you have water. Some of those health source of India. This country has got every village. We want successful story of it. We had our turbulences, but we also had our at times this country was called as unity clear, golden power. At times it was stick to mouth and so we had both of times many people thought it is going to fail. They also said it is not going to fail. All these things we have. All these we have. And those are and today morning I was going to the very famous of peace going. I'm sure all maybe you please it was the night of 14th of in the great wave of where he said that long we have promised total credit that we shall make कई सालों तक हमने नियत सब समय आ गया negotiation long years we make this these but it is not it is not these opportunities but as but the man said the life of what human is life of and today again we are in that kind of where we have got transformed this country into it. This country is today from 6 to now, this year we are going to have 330 record. So we even with all we are going in horticulture we are already we are also all of this again this is an opportunity where we can design welcome to all of us. No one can better for this idea what should be done. And the phenomenon, all of them. But today, after those, we would like, we just want to, we would each one of you very big, same time, and each one of will be very, not only today, but in India. Who is controlling how fast and by each of its the point movement and what enabling this movement members to help on. And today we are all the and it is a point so they also today and also we are trying to take to all whom super that will control our from the industry also will be involved and also who are the very beauty from my thought. So what time all of us and you also what humility and also you know the all of your service. You know how you know the limitation. So knowing this, we should suggest should better because we know and nobody knows. So let us and then here Indian and development. All these. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for motivating us all for this particular documented discussion, preparing the roadmap. And as you have very rightly mentioned, we have one of the best scientists of the country, the economist, very well renowned, Dr. P.K. Joshi, who is the convener. So now I invite Dr. P.K. Joshi, who happens to be also the former secretary of the academy, to take the agenda forward. Dr. P.K. Joshi, please.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chair, Dr. Himanshu Patil, President of the Academy and Secretary Chair and DGICR, Vice Presidents, Dr. A.K. Singh and Dr. Bajaj, Secretaries of the Academy, Dr. P.C. Bansal and Dr. Y.S. Latra, members of the Executive Council, past presidents, esteemed fellowship. It's my pleasure to give a brief presentation on this panel discussion to prepare a roadmap on Indian agriculture research, education, and extension for Amrit Kal 2047. At the outset, I would like to express Honorable President for giving me this responsibility or this assignment to come up with the roadmap in consultation with the esteemed panelists and the entire fellowship. So thank you, sir, for giving this honor to prepare the roadmap. And also I like to thank all the panelists for accepting the request to be the panelist of this particular session. This is very, very important session to prepare a roadmap from now till 2047. That how agriculture research, agriculture education, and agriculture extension should unfold to meet the future requirement or to meet the the goals we have set for India during the Amrit Kal. So friends, India has set few goals since now till 2047. The most important one in by 2047, we would like to be a developed nation. A developed nation means that we should have a high per capita income. At the moment, it is around 13,200 US dollar per capita. India is right now in lower middle income category. So the US and other advanced countries have very high per capita income. So we have to reach to that level in with respect to the per capita income. Second, that we should have a diversified industrial activities, including agricultural, industrial activities. We should have a developed financial sector, and also we should have very high human development indicators. If these are there, then we can come to the a very developed nation. So we have to go a long way from now till 47. Intermittent, we have other goals from now till 2047. In between also we have few goals. The important one is that we would like to be a US $5 trillion economy. It will be third largest economy in the world. Right now we are fifth in the order. US is having $17.5 trillion right now. So again, we have a very long way to go. But we are very happy that the financial institutions and other organizations which are giving projections for India are very, very lucrative, very, very attractive. Recently, you have seen that Morgan Stanley has given reports, and it has predicted that by 2033, India will have the $7 trillion economy. So the economic fundamentals are very, very strong. So that another one goal is that we would like to be Atmanirbhar in most of the commodities, including agricultural commodities. Local to globally, another goal we have. Basically, it is initially we are producing for the domestic market, but now we would like to produce for the global market. So for global market, when we have to produce, our quality and other aspects should be completely different than what we are growing in the for the domestic market. Make in India to make for the world. To make for the world means it is largely the processed commodities or the industrial commodities. Process means the agricultural commodities are also included from raw to processed commodities made for the world. And then there are global commitments where India has signed that we will achieve these goals. Important ones are the sustainable development goals, which we have to achieve by 2030. So these goals, we know that 19 goals are there. We have to achieve. The second one is the zero carbon emission by 2070. So we have to, again, another very, very important milestone. We have to set that we'll have zero carbon emission. And lots of efforts are already going on in this. And then restore 26 million hectare land, which is already degraded. So these are the targets which we have set for 47. These targets. it will be easier for us to share the roadmap because from now till 47, we may have short-term goals, medium-term, and the long-term goals. So when we look to these, goals and targets, agriculture will play very, very important role in achieving it. Agriculture research, agriculture education and extension, without that, it will be very, very important, impossible to achieve these goals. So the importance of agriculture research and extension is very, very high. I just compiled information from NITI Aayog. What will be the demand and supply by 2032 and 33, which they were preparing for the Indian government's vision 2033, 2032, 33. 2050 projections are not yet available for supply and demand. So I thought that let me share with you these numbers. So there are 2-3 things emerging from this particular table, which will be helpful for us to have our future research priorities. Number one, that in most of the commodities, we are surplus. Whether rice, wheat, or total food grains, milk, fruits, and vegetables, these commodities we are surplus. So when we are surplus, so why we are producing surplus? So surplus, any surplus we should export. If it will remain in the country, the prices will crash and the farming community will be adversely affected. So the surplus must be go out. So our future research strategy should be so to meet the future requirement of the other countries. So we need to know what are their taste and preferences, the quality they prefer. So accordingly, our research priorities should go in that direction. The second is the value-added products. We should go for more and more value-added products of these commodities. So this is one message. The second one will be deficit in pulses, oilseeds, and coarse cereals. And they are very, very important. So their future research, the coarse cereal specifically for animal feed. The future is of animals. Now we have more meat, milk, poultry. Their demand is increasing at a much faster rate. So any deficiency in coarse cereal will affect animal sector. Pulses and oilseeds are also important. Pulses are important because we are the largest producer as well as largest consumers. So we need more research efforts in pulses as well as in oilseeds. So future research priorities should be according to these numbers. I just got some information from IFRI in Global Food Policy Report, a projection for 2030 and 2050. The per capita food consumption will continuously increase, but Indian per capita consumption will be lower than the global average by 2050. Food production, if we take the base as 2010, our food production will be more than double by 2050. So this trend is very, very important. Hungry people will still there, around 45 million people. Hungry does not mean that empty stomach. Hungry means that they will be undernourished, under malnourished. So that kind of population will still be there, but it will be less as compared to the global average. So under these situations, when we have to achieve these goals and what is our performance in agriculture, what are the key challenges before us? I tried to list, there may be large number of challenges, but I tried to list very important ones. One is the shrinking land and water resources. There are more demand for other sectors, housing, industry, roads. So demand for land is increasing in other sectors. Although over the years, our gross the net agriculture area, our net sown area has remained around 140 million, but in future it is going to decline. Size of land holding is also declining around 1 hectare. So if business as usual go as we are proceeding, the per capita, the land per hectare will be only 0.75. It will further reduce. So we need something here to control the declining size of land holding. Labor is not available. Labor force is going to other sectors. Farmers are not getting labor for harvesting or transplanting and other operations. The future of employment will be completely going to change. So we need different kind of agriculture in future. Many countries in developed countries, lot of automation is coming in agriculture. Robots are coming up. So how can we cope up that kind of technology in view of our situation where we have very small size of land holding? Declining non-renewable sources of energy, another big challenge. Increasing energy and fertilizer prices, we are witnessing this right now, but in future, again, this is going to be a major challenge that energy prices are going to rise, fertilizer prices are going to rise. Also due to climate change, rising insect pests and diseases is also a major challenge for all of us. Growing weather uncertainties, natural disasters, and conflicts. They will also affect our agriculture and other activities. Climate change, we are witnessing the climate change. The 4th of January, we have received very good rainfall. Beautiful weather we are having in the 4th of June. Changing trade and dietary pattern. The trade pattern will completely change. Whatever it is today is going to change. Dietary patterns will also change. So in view of these challenges, what are our goals? What should be our goals? These are my perception, but you may have a different kind of, or you may add or have different kinds of goals. The one I thought that we should have more food with less resources and more uncertainty. So more food, we have less resources and more uncertainty. This is really a challenging task. So make agriculture and allied sector more efficient, sustainable, and competitive. We may have multiple traits like yield, nutrition, quality, stress. So we have several traits which we have to give to either to the crop or to animal. Tap renewable resources of energy. This is another important one. Alternatives of inorganic fertilizers. We should have a different kind of fertilizers, shifting from inorganic to other kind of fertilizers. Automation and digitization of agriculture and allied sectors. Digitization is coming up in a big way, but little in our agriculture sector. I'm very happy that recently ISRI has, using artificial intelligence, they have developed this app which is giving, you can have the crop sector diseases and pest advisory is there. Next one, ways to improve plant and animal health. This is again, we have our goal. So explore new market opportunities, whether in the domestic market as well as in the global market. So we have listed a few issues to be addressed in this panel discussion. Now we have a very distinguished panelist with us who will be deliberating on these particular issues. So 4 issues I have listed for the panel discussion and divided into broad areas: research, agriculture education, agriculture extension, digitization in agriculture, and the policy related issues. So number 1 is, what are the new frontiers and promising research areas in agriculture and allied sectors to address the current and future challenges and harness the emerging opportunities during the Amrit Kal. So this is the one which we need to deliberate. The second is, what innovations are needed to transform the agriculture research and extension system for effective and efficient delivery of research outputs to its stakeholders. And third is, how agricultural education system will attain new and higher frontiers for supporting agriculture research and extension system. And last one is, what will be the roadmap for agriculture research, extension, and education during Amrit Kal from now till 2047 to accomplish the vision of India to be a developed nation. So with this, I thank you very much, and I will request all the panelists to focus on these particular issues which we have already listed. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, Dr. Pathak, Vice President, Secretaries, Convener, Past President, Mr. R.B. Singh, and other fellow panelists and the esteemed fellows of the family. The way the panel has been constituted, I presume that I have to talk about science. And first of all, I express my gratitude for being part of the panel. I will already express here and it's very difficult with the experience. Within 8 minutes, I cannot go into any details, but I will be giving just very broad overview of how we should go ahead in the next 25 years for the crop sciences. So the most important is, I agree with the most important thing is the objective. Although you want this is talked about the means justified. So in the objective is not important. What should be our objective? So we have a long-standing formulations of P and impact analysis, and there are a lot of discussion with they brought out the document. So, sir, what I feel is that our objectives of the research of different universities, they should be determined by the
Thank you very much. Very good morning to everyone. Greetings from our Foundation Day to NAAS. Honorable President NAAS, CGICR, here. Vice President of the Academy, Mr. Joshi, former Secretary of NAAS, seniors, mentors, and fraternity of the Secretary. I think, thank you very much for this. Currently, we have been asked what are the fears and concerns. I should animal. And then it goes saying that how do we address the current and future challenges by harnessing one by that 8 minutes are given so 8 minutes. It's 10:40. The important part is in 2050 global population, and out of those 10 billion people, 1.68 billion would be in India. I believe I said it. So what exactly are those points which we are supposed to flag? Turning will be rightly said by the Shoshi. Statement will say other animal products. Charlie is so what would be the challenges apart and besides that? Only the that statement I really feel. And how is that done? So I'm sure Professor Marshall must have taken one plastic. So then how do we do? The whole is always full of content, full of what? They say full of what? Taking the basic problem doing international. If we have to maximize or doing the leverage, then expertise and excellence, what is existing in the globally, and of course we are part of globe. So surely. So how in this way, we can there are experts over here, but I personally quite subsectors and one health for sure. With that, all of the things talking in this when we go trading to WTO, so they really bother how animals really go flag and we prioritize, if I can put it out in 4 ways. And then and of course, healthy system and yes, I'm really India has a heavy burden of the disease load and last, you know, the knowledge exchange would not before coming up animal task forces. I before global and if it has by default and whatever other could go into that. That's one. Then to do that, if we just go with both basic as well as external integration or additional funding, we need to focus more towards not only the research funding, the infrastructure as well. Taking early on, second, the growth is very important. How do we do really and just talk about the protection, our